Hey, hold up. The QB zone is now in session. This is where real talk happens, bold statements drop, and fire conversations ignite every single time. I'm your host, Ramon Marquise, unapologetic, unfiltered, and ready to take you on a ride. So get comfortable because we're about to get into it. Hello, somebody. Yo, what's good? I want to thank you guys for coming on back down for another episode of the QB Zone. So today I'm going to do something a little different. I'm just going to have a little fun and, give my opinion about some hot topics that just so happen to, I guess you could say, catch my attention. So we're going to dive into what is probably like a never-ending drama. I personally don't know why the hell this had to be resurrected, but I'm going to get into the never-ending Kardashian drama with Ray J's bullshit. I'm going to talk about Diddy's pathetic prison sentence and a country star by the name of Bryan that has recently released a song that has a lot of people talking, and I must say that I'm actually I got a lot of respect for this cowboy. So yeah, I can't wait to share that with you guys. But first, this Kardashian-Ray J drama is giving desperately clinging to relevance type of energy. And it's probably some of the pettiness of it all that I do like. So if you haven't been catching up or if you don't know where it started, Kim Kardashian and her momager extraordinaire, Kris Jenner, recently filed a defamation lawsuit against Ray J. Yes, that Ray J. The one who's still trying to make a career out of a sex tape from 20 fucking years ago. Here's what went down. Ray J recently went on a live stream and claimed he's working with federal authorities on a RICO case against the Kardashians. He literally said, and I quote, "The federal RICO I'm about to drop on Kris and Kim is about to be crazy, and the feds is coming." This dumbass even had the audacity to say it would be worse than Diddy. I just wish somebody could take Ray J, Nicki Minaj, Donald Trump, drop them on an island in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle, and leave them there. Like, just rid us of all of them. Take R. Kelly with him too. Listen, this man is so desperate for attention, it's actually sad. It's been sad for years. Like, dude, your claim to fame is literally just being Kim Kardashian's ex, and for some of us older ones, nothing but Brandy's little brother. Meanwhile, this woman, this family has built a $1 billion empire, completely transformed herself, dated Pete Davidson and walked away unscathed, which is honestly one of her biggest accomplishments, and managed to become a fucking lawyer while raising 4 kids with a lunatic baby daddy. Let's be real. This is a pattern with Ray J. The lawsuit literally says, and again I'm quoting, that Ray J has been engaged in a sustained campaign of harassment and defamation against the Kardashians for years. The court documents even state that he's unable to accept the end of his fleeting relationship with Miss Kardashian over 20 years ago. That's the legal equivalent of he's still not over me. Quite savage. And look, to be honest, I'm Team Kardashian on this one. All day, every day. Love them or hate them. I've always loved them. You have to admit, they're masterminds. Kim took what could have been the most humiliating moment of her life, having the sex tape leaked, and turned it into a springboard for building one of the most successful family brands in history. That's not luck. That strategic genius. A lot of people could learn a lot from that. Meanwhile, Ray J's out here on live streams and these raggedy reality shows, and now he's making up shit about federal investigations that don't exist. Pathetic. He's like that ex who's still posting cryptic Instagram quotes about you 5 years after you broke up. Sir, she's moved on. She doesn't think about you. Most of us don't. At all. And don't even get me started on the timing. Is it a coincidence that Ray J is making these wild accusations right when another music mogul is getting his ass handed to him in federal court? It's giving coattail It's giving clout chasing. It's giving, please, for the love of God, remember that I exist. Kim and Kris hired Alex Spiro as their attorney. He's the lawyer who got Alec Baldwin's charges dismissed in the middle of a trial. This man don't play. The Kardashians have never filed a defamation suit before, which tells you just how serious this is for them. They've ignored Ray J's bullshit for years, but claiming that they're under federal investigation for racketeering, that crosses the line. I'd have sued his ass too. My prediction? Ray J's about to get financially destroyed in court, and the Kardashians will turn this whole situation into content for their show. Because that's what they do. They alchemize drama into dollars, and honestly, good for them. So, I'm going to move on to one of our convicted criminals, Sean Diddy Combs, Puff Daddy, Sean Carter, whatever the hell. No, Sean Carter is Jay-Z. Yeah. Sean Combs, Diddy, or Puff Daddy. Whatever name you want to give this fool. He just got sentenced to 4 years and 2 months in prison for prostitution charges. And I have some thoughts about this. 4 years? 4 fucking years? Are you kidding me? The man is facing more than 70 civil lawsuits from victims alleging sexual assault, trafficking, and abuse, and he gets what amounts to a slap on the wrist. The prosecution asked for 11 years, and the judge was like, nah, I think 4 should cover it. What in the actual privilege is this? Let's be clear about what Diddy did. This isn't just about paying for some sex. This is about a systemic pattern of abuse, exploitation, and violence against women that spans decades. The judge literally said during sentencing that a substantial sentence is required to send a message to abusers and victims alike that exploitation and violence against women is met with real accountability. But then you only give them 4 years. That's not accountability. That's a fucking vacation for a monster. With good behavior and time already served, this fool could be out in like 2.5 years. 2.5 years for decades of terrorizing women. During sentencing, Diddy literally had the audacity to stand there and say, I lost all my businesses, I lost my career, I totally destroyed my reputation. Oh, poor baby. Did exploiting and abusing people for decades have consequences for you? My heart bleeds. Not for you, for the victims. He even begged the judge to think about making an example of what a person could do if they get another chance. Did you give your fucking victims another chance? Did you leave your fucking victims alone? No. You had you had decades of chances. You had more money, power, and privilege than most people could dream of. And you used it to hurt people. Get the hell out of here with that second chance bullcrap, okay? And can we talk about the $500,000 fine? That's pocket change to him. That's like me getting fined $20. Reports say he's already spent 15 million on legal fees. And that number is only growing to grow with all these civil cases that's pending. But you know what? Good for his ass. Bleed him dry. It's the least, the very least that he deserves. So apparently, Diddy is also in total shock over the sentence. What a fool. Sources say he thought he'd get out with time served. Of course he did. Men like Diddy aren't used to facing consequences. He's reportedly terrified of coming out of jail completely broke, and I hope that's what the hell happens. And guess what? Welcome to the real world that the rest of us live in, you fool. Maybe you should have thought about that before you decide to be a predator. His legacy is completely destroyed, as it should be. The days of bad boy for life are over. Now it's sad boy in prison for a criminally short amount of time. The music industry enabled this man for years. I don't want to say everyone knew, but many knew. Many knew. Nobody said anything. And now all these people who partied on his yacht and at his white parties are pretending they never knew him. Here's what I want. I want every single one of his victims to take him for everything he's worth in civil court. I want him to come out of prison with nothing, no mansion, no business, no empire. I want the name Diddy to be synonymous with predator for the rest of time because 4 years isn't justice. It's barely even a punishment. So, I want to cleanse our palate with something less depressing, less negative, but politics is quite involved with this story. So, country star Zach Bryan is making waves with this new song that is called Bad News. And it's getting attention for its lyrics that criticize police officers and ICE. And I'm actually going to read you guys the lyrics of one particular part of the song. So let's see. Okay, here we go. Didn't wake up dead or in jail. Some out of town boy's been giving us hell. I got some bad news. I woke up missing you. My friends are all degenerates, but they're all I've got. The generation story of dropping the plot. I heard the cops came. Cocky motherfuckers, ain't they? And ISIS gonna come, bust down your door, try to build a house no one builds no more. But I got a telephone. Kids are all scared and all alone. The bars stop bumping, the rocks stop rolling, the middle fingers rising, and it won't stop showing. Got some bad news, the fading of the red, white, and blue. I'll be honest. I never thought I'd be sitting here praising a country music artist for their political stance. But I mean, we are in 2025 and weirder things have happened. Zach Bryan is out here calling out law enforcement and immigration policies. It really makes me feel proud, like when I can't believe I'm finna forget their name. Lord help me. What's the people name? Um, NWA had that song back in the early 90s. Fuck the police. That's what this kind of reminds me of. So, for those who don't know, Zach Bryan has been building a reputation as more of a authentic alternative to the pop country that's kind of dominated the genre for years. He's like that traditional country artist. He got that rough around the edges, tell it like it is vibe, and feels really genuine in an industry full of manufactured cowboy hats and fake southern accents. With Bad News, his single, Brian, as I stated earlier, is taking aim at police officers and ICE. And you know, up until I was reading into this, I never knew what the hell ICE stood for. It's Immigration and Customs Enforcement, but whatever. At a time when immigration is a hot button political issue, this song is generating buzz because, let's face it, country music isn't exactly known for its progressive political stances. This genre gave us songs such as Courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue. What's interesting about Brian's move here is that he's risking alienating a chunk of his fan base. Country music fans tend to skew conservative and criticizing law enforcement, which usually is a quick way to get yourself what they call Dixie chicked out of the industry. So years ago, the Dixie Chicks, who was one of the biggest selling artists for a very, very long time, they criticized Bush and they basically got a crap load of backlash. And many will say they was blacklisted because let's be honest, you never heard from them since then. Country music doesn't historically reward political dissent. But the landscape is changing, as we all know. We're seeing more artists willing to speak out on issues they care about, regardless of potential backlash. And in a genre where that's been dominated by songs about trucks, beer, and girls in cutoff jeans, it's kind of refreshing to see someone tackle something with actual substance. Now, of course, Bryan isn't the first to do this. You had country artists like Jason Isbell, Maren Morris, and Casey Musgrave, who have all pushed boundaries in terms of the political content in their music. But it's still relatively rare, especially for male artists who have traditionally been the bread and butter of country radio. Whether you agree with Bryan's politics or not, there's something to be said for an artist who's willing to say something meaningful, even if it costs them fans or radio play. In an era where most celebrities are carefully calculating every word to avoid controversy, there's a certain authenticity in just saying fuck it and speaking your mind. So while I may not be rushing out to buy no cowboy boots anytime soon, I gotta give credit where it's due. In a world where there's a lot of predators and clout chasers, it's good to see at least someone is using their platform to say something that matters. Okay? So listen, that's actually my show for today. I wasn't gonna try to keep y'all long, but say what I got to say. We got into it. We're gonna move on. Now, from Ray J's desperate attempts to stay relevant, to Diddy's pathetic short prison sentence, to Zach Bryan actually using his platform for something meaningful. It's been quite a good week for me. Now, before I let you go, let me know what you think about today's topics. Are you Team Kardashian or Team Ray J? Do you think Diddy's sentence was fair, or is 4 years an insult to the victims? And what are your thoughts on country stars, or just stars, period, starting to get more political? Listen, if you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and even leave a review if you want. This has been the QB Zone. I'm your host, Ron Marquise, and I want to remind you that celebrities may be rich, but most of them are just as jacked up as the rest of us. They just got better lighting. All right, thanks. See you guys next time. Bye.